of the appointment committee on the subject matter under reference. The Speaker, the report captures the vetting and its consideration of Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim as Minister Designate for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. Honorable Agnes Momo Latte as Minister Designate for Gender, Children and Social Protection. Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ajari as Minister Designate for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. The Speaker, the committee members asked very salient questions on land ownership, line of reporting of the administrator of District Assembly Common Fund, improving the local economy in collaboration with MMDCs, inadequate human resource at the MMDAs, resources to run MMDAs and other agencies under the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. District Rules Improvement Program, otherwise known as DRIP. Questions were asked on that. Questions were on waste management contract, the mandate of the Ministry of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs. The Speaker, the nominee, in a very composed manner, provided the answers, and the answers are fully captured in the report. Right Honorable Speaker, on the second nominee, Honorable Agnes Momo Latte, questions were also asked on the President's vision for the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, strategies to improve school feeding program, assistance to the people of Nungua under the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, the benefit of the Women Development Bank as contained in the NDC manifesto, the livelihood empowerment against poverty, LEAP, importance of the affirmative action law, the distribution of sanitary pads among female students. Mr. Speaker, the nominee again provided answers to this question, and these answers were captured in the report verbatim. Honorable Speaker, the third nominee under reference is Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ajari, Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Again, the committee posed so many questions, leading revenue mobilization at the port, revamping defunct state-sponsored agro farms, position on 1D, 1F, her position on 1D, 1F, the trade balance, weak entrepreneurial ecosystem, and many more. Mr. Speaker, her answers to the question is fully captured in the report. The Speaker, I will therefore urge the Hansa Department to capture the entire report as having been read, as I proceed to read the conclusion. Mr. Speaker, in accordance with the provisions of Article 78(1) of the 1992 Constitution of the Republic of Ghana and Standing Order 217, the committee considered the nominations by His Excellency the President. The nominee demonstrated competence, knowledge, and expertise on matters relating to their various ministries designated. The committee therefore recommends to the House by consensus the adoption of its report and approval of Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim as a Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Honorable Agnes Momolate as Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, and Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ajari as Minister for Trade, Agribusiness and Industry. Right Honorable Speaker, I so submit. Thank you for the opportunity.
Current Falcon 900, though serviceable, lacks enough range to reach long-haul destinations without refueling stops. The Falcon 900 jet will technically stop at airports where the President does not intend to do a stopover, and this could lead to unnecessary delays and placing a burden on an unintended host to offer diplomatic courtesies that they would not ordinarily be prepared for. Typically, a normal refueling stop takes about 1 hour, but in this COVID era, refueling may take about 2 hours or more because the passengers have to disembark and or the host country security has to enter the aircraft to inspect. The era of COVID-19 and its associated protocols, including distancing, has further brought to bear the inadequacies of our current aircraft fleet. Mr. Speaker, we must remember that ideally, a president must travel with his office, that is staffers who will be around him in order for the president to be able to do his work efficiently and effectively, even without whilst abroad. As it stands, Mr. Speaker, it is important that he travels with his security as well as his presidential press corps when necessary. Currently, when the president uses the Falcon 900 EasyJet, most of these other necessary staffers travel commercial with increased cost, as well as suffering attendant delays in transit because of the lack of direct flights to ultimate destinations. The simple answer I would have given to the question asked by the honorable member would have been a simple yes. The Falcon EX Easy with registration number 9G-EXE is serviceable. But as members will now appreciate from my explanation earlier, the decision to travel particularly to long and multiple destinations, such as the president traveling to France, Belgium, South Africa, and back to Ghana, especially during this COVID time, would always require a larger capacity aircraft, such as a BBJ or an aircraft ACJ 319U. When the president, as again said, when the president is traveling with more than 20 people for a business trip, as this president has done, and brought in more than 75 million for this nation, he will need more than just a Falcon. Otherwise, the people would have to go a day ahead of the president to prepare themselves. The president, in fact, has to go a day ahead because no president can shower in this aircraft. You cannot freshen up in this aircraft. So you cannot move from this aircraft straight into a meeting. If you are using a commercial plane, Mr. Speaker, it's the same thing.
Ghana is not a cheap country. We will not cheapen ourselves. Ghana has been a torchbearer in Africa. Ghana is one of the most important countries in Africa. The president, who is the #1 citizen, must be protected by air, by sea, and by land. The president's life is very important for all of us. The courtesies that a president must have is very important for all of us. I find it very offensive that our jet is serviceable and our president will not use it. I find it very offensive. I find it very offensive, and let the president know that, yes, whilst we are going What we are going to hold him responsible by his own actions and words, and your actions and your words and your deeds when you were at this site, we will not be reckless in opposition. We will not. We will not accuse the president for things that we believe that Ghana deserves. We will not do that. If the private jet is available and the president does not have his commercial jet, there is absolutely nothing wrong. The cost may be a problem. If you have a very serviceable airworthy jet that can cost a minimal amount, I don't have a problem. If you decide to go for a very expensive jet, I may criticize you. But I will not criticize the President of the Republic of Ghana for traveling on a private jet just because we want to do politics. I will not do that. I will not. But in this case, my brother and my friend, the jet of the President is very serviceable. The whole of last year, he spent 6 months almost 8 months in Paris, and we have put it in very good shape. Top shape. And so there is no excuse for the president to be traveling around the world and say that he will not use that jet. There may be something. He should tell us better reasons. But like I said, I wish he didn't go to that direction because I would not have spoken about it. I don't think it's necessary to be dragging the armed forces and the access of the armed forces into parliament every day and be criticizing. I will never have done that. But next time, I pray you don't go into that direction. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Where we lost 9 energetic men. Any issue that involves the loss of life is a sorry one. And I want to use this opportunity to extend my condolences to the affected family. However, the nitty-gritties of what really occasioned the clash is still under investigation. And thankfully, the President of the Republic has commissioned a team to investigate the matter. I am very sure that the committee will do a good job and come out with good recommendations. Given that recommendation, Mr. Chairman, when given the nod, I'll follow through with the recommendation in order that we will be able to use Obuasi as a test case and as a learning platform so that we can extend those recommendations into the other mining areas in order that we can prevent any such fatal clashes. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Any further question?
Following up with this, that means that the youth needs to be taken care of. And you know, Kumasi has the second largest number of headquarters. And they just outgone MPP government invested so much in training headquarters to be able to reskill and redeploy them. And we all know that buildings that were built for Kayais in Accra experienced some kind of looting after the election. What do you intend to do to be able to make sure that the youth in Ashanti region and the youth that are coming from the northern side of our country are well trained so that we can reduce these headquarters and the pain and the suffering they tend to go through? We most of the time underutilize their abilities and what they can contribute to our nation building.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Every youth in Ghana deserves to have a decent job. And with that in mind, His Excellency the President has a plan, and as stated in our manifesto, to embark on what we call the National Apprenticeship Program, where we seek to give employable skills to the youth of the Republic of Ghana. Mr. Chairman, when given the nod, I'll work closely with the Minister for Youth Development and Empowerment in order that we will get the fair share of that program to the good people of Ashanti region. Given that, and as part of the manifesto, the President, His Excellency John Mahama, has made a huge commitment that he's going to help through the Youth Ministry to train 1 million coders in digital skills so that they can have this digital knowledge to be able to survive in institutions, among others. I'm going to also work closely with the Sector Minister in order that the Ashanti region will get its fair share. Specifically on the Kayaye issue, I think very much that intervention was good. However, upon reflecting on the thoughts of some of the regional ministers that you have vetted, Mr. Chairman, with your permission, the ideas they share, I think that when we augment what has already been started with that, we should be able to, in the first place, prevent the northern-southern migration in the first place, whilst we take care of those in the south through the program that was initiated by the former administration. So yes, we need to empower the people right where they are so that they wouldn't have to travel all the way to the south in order that they will find an avenue to be trained. So I think that as regional minister when given the nod, I'll work closely with my other regional ministers in order that they will equally be on top of the game, in order that they empower the people in the north rather than allowing them to come to the south before we can get an intervention for their training. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Well, you are entitled to one more question. And that should be the last question. Indeed.
Thank you, Chair. So, whilst I'm congratulating you, I want to assure us, Ashanti region tends to have the largest number of members of parliament from the opposition party. And we know that Ashanti region, like I said, the largest number of people. How will you assure us that you're going to work closely with the member of parliament and your MMDC or DCs collaboratively so that we can build a strong region which the King, Otumfuo Osei Tutu, has always been advocating for? How do you intend to make sure that you strongly work collaboratively with all the MPs and the MMDC and DCs so that we can achieve that?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. So, as Riley said, the region is predominantly NPP, and as such, it reflects in the parliamentary seats. In order to navigate this challenge, I would ensure that when giving the nod, I would constantly engage with my members of parliament within the region, in order that we can all have a clear blueprint and a framework for the development of Ashanti region. It is only when they are left or kept in the dark, that is the only time that they will come out and agitate, because they would not understand the direction within which we are moving the region. So I want to assure Mr. Chairman and the House that when giving the nod, I'm going to work closely with all members of parliament within the region, and also ensure that the MMDAs, the chief executives there, partner well with their MPs so that they can bring development into the region. At least we have 4 years, if all things be equal. Let's use the first 3 years to develop the region. We can do all we want in the election year, but I'm sure that if we're able to commit all hands on deck within the first 3 years, we should be able to turn things around for the better for the region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I will move to Honorable Shaibu Mahama.
Numbers of head. I know of the Mampong Traditional Council of Yenso, Kumewu.
If you don't know, you don't know. We have over 66 and 12 divisions in Ashanti. Okay? You should know, because you'll be a frequent visitor at Menchia during a day. You should know where they sit and how to go about your duties. Secondly, I know Otumfuo is very passionate about some projects that I'm going to be mentioned. One is the Central Market project. Number 2 is the Lake Road project. You know the Lake Road. They are buying that side. Santase to Anyankwanta. The Accra Kumasi dualization project. The Sofolai Ebuakwa. Swami interchange. They are projects that commenced under the MPP administration. Please, the dualization project.
Order.
Chairman, you need to protect your member. Accra Kumasi dualization project was commenced and continued by the NPP. It's on record. You can check. It's on record. You can check. Aferi Hospital, Seria. You mentioned it. There's nothing political about these. They are for the good people of Ghana and Asante Mine. Please assure Asante Mine and His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei that you are going to ensure with your beautiful cloth and your power that all these projects, which were started by the MPP, together with the 1D1F projects, are completed so that the good people of Ashanti enjoy some benefits out of this project.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Rightly so, all projects within the region deserve to be completed for the use by the good people of Ashanti region. I think that we are at a point where we need to, as the Honorable Member rightly put it, depoliticize development, especially within the region. So, in line with SAME and with the assurances we got from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama when he visited the Malaysia for the first at the Kesi, he was emphatic that he was going to support to make sure that we complete all stalled projects within the region. And I'm very sure that that will not go without that of the previous administration, in addition to that which was initiated by my very own Uncle Kufuor, Krufu Market, and those that were initiated by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, including the Kejetia Central Market Project, the Banka Community Day Senior High School, Fumsu Community Day Senior High School, Afrancho Market, Offenso Community Day Senior High School, Dobonso Community Day Senior High School. Bosomchi Oyoko Community Day Senior High School is operating, but maintenance has also become a problem. So with this, Adijama Community Day Senior High School, with this said, I want to assure Mr. Chairman and the House that when giving the note and with the commitment of His Excellency the President, we're going to make sure that we complete all these projects that need to be completed for the use of the good people of Ashanti region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Chairman, I don't have a follow-up question on that. I'll go to my second question. What will be your strategic vision for the Ashanti region? And I'm asking that it has to sit with the vision of Otumfuo Osei II. What will be your strategic vision for the good people of Ashanti?
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Considering the nature of Ashanti, with agric, trade, business being the hallmark of the region, I think that it will be well situated that when giving the nod, I pay particular attention to the agric sector, pay particular attention to bridging the infrastructural gaps we have, especially in the areas of trade, as we mentioned, concerning the markets that we need to expand, among others. And lastly, the region has its unemployment rate sadly above the national average. The national average is 14.7. The region has its unemployment rate around 16.0. At the face of this challenge, we're going to work closely with the various sectors to ensure that the youth get access to decent jobs in order that we can bring down the unemployment challenges we have in the region. So, Mr. Chairman, bridging the infrastructural gap, making sure we make the agricultural sector very lucrative, supporting businesses, and also helping to curb the unemployment situation that is on the rise within the region. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Chairman, thank you. My last question. When I am sure CV, page 2. Let's turn our attention to your CV, page 2. Why, Roxanne? The voter regional nominee came and the chairman was speaking ever with him. Nobody complained. The other name they all complain. So, Doc, 2022 to 23, medical doctor, Bekwai Municipal Hospital. 2021-22, medical doctor, Greater Accra Regional Hospital. 2014 to 2016, medical laboratory scientist, University of Ghana Hospital. Are you a medical doctor, properly so called? Senior house officer, properly so called? Walk me through this. I'm an illiterate in that area. I want to be sure. Because I was told in there to be junior officer, senior officer before.
People in all these mining areas to accept that the way forward in this country is not to destroy our forests and our water bodies, but if you are interested in mining, there's a better way to do it. That is clearly a priority. My second priority will be that in the lands ministry, we have done things to allow the people of Ghana to access services in a very efficient manner.
Thank you very much, Chairman.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and a political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our joy, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
Government is broke, government is broke. The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
All right, a very good morning to you and you're welcome to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana, and today is the 28th of January 2025. We thank God for giving us yet another day to go through the issues of the country. Let's go through the headlines of the newspapers. First, I start off with the Daily Graphic, and it says, Minister directs headcount in MMDAs. Gold Board Technical Committee formed. Will stop cheap state land acquisition, Kofi Amaboa assures. Farhan Al-Hassan appointed new GCB Bank MD. New Crusading Guide. Bamia defends democracy as best governance module. 3,000 delegates, 7 African heads of states to participate in APD 2025. Trump's America and the challenge of African sovereignty. KGL Group honored for pioneering role in youth sports development in Ghana. NPP's 2024 defeat not spiritual, Eugene Boachi entry. And then also Ye welcomes Malik Basantale as new CEO. The insight. Over $10 billion gold smuggled in 2024. Minister inaugurates committee for setting up of gold board to halt black market deals. Ama Kofi Boa unveils bold strategies to combat galamsey, protect forest reserves. NPP 2024 defeats not spiritual. Ex-MP Eugene Enchi takes on General Secretary Kodia. Why Dr. Rashid Popo is the ideal choice for the Ministry of Labor, Jobs and Employment. That's up to you to work, right? Investigate alleged fake burial of late Gamanye. Family to oral as it announces preparation for proper burial ceremony. And then the Daily Post says Gold Board Committee inaugurated. Mahama petitioned to remove EC chair, 3 others from office over alleged gross incompetence. Ibi Bright takes Charles Forson to Supreme Court over Tema Central victory. And the top right corner, address trade barriers and invest in infrastructure. Mahama to AU. All right, and that's it for the headlines of the papers we have this morning. Let's take a break. We'll be back shortly with the guests.
Again.
Hello, thank you for calling MTN.
This is Jerry, Jolly J for short.
How may I help?
I'm not happy with you guys at all. You've been giving Bongo gifts all the time.
Who is Bongo?
Oh, Bongo, my friend. He purchased in my room.
Oh.
You've been giving free gifts, but I don't.
That's MTN rewards, sir. Talk, text, browse, and more, and you get to redeem free call time or data by simply dialing *550#. And on Fridays, you can even get extra special rewards like food vouchers, shopping discounts, and much more.
Didn't tell me anything. Would you like to know how I got the name Jolly J?
That won't be necessary, Mr. Jolly. Calling customer care service doesn't give you points.
I'm gonna call my mom. I'll call my grandma. I'll call my ex. That girl can talk, Papa. Hello, Mama. So what's the topic for today?
MTN. Experience the enhanced protection of Star Motor Third Party Extra from Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800-177-177 or 0302-245-906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Hey, Nano Feu Kwanya, one Casacasa, welcome, say. And you're my brother, Mr. Happiness, and Hame. Missy, who say Ghana Post, I am fast, reliable, and affordable. See, Nancy, Nanuma, and the Janya Kumami, and the command or if I Ghana Post, we're dinning now. And it's a was a swan Massakodija, Medical Ghana Post to you. Wait, Kobe Kakra. Ghana Post,
the most affordable delivery option for food and merchandise from Ghana to everywhere in the world. Connect with us today and see for yourself. Ghana Post, smart, secure deliveries.
Package, no. In less than 5 days, Ghana Ghana Post, they make life the big. Ghana Post will deliver to you wherever you are in the world.
Sometimes the unexpected happens and the hero falls down in his own story. But he needs not stay down for long. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance is your trusted health partner. Whether an individual building a business, with Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern. For the best health insurance solutions for corporate institutions, groups and associations, families and individuals, choose Cosmopolitan Health Insurance from our over 700 accredited health service providers nationwide. Call us on 0302 540 668 or 0501 678 547 for all your health insurance solutions. Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, your medical care is our concern.
Attention all farmers, are you ready to take your crops to the next level? Introducing 3 effective organic composts that will revolutionize your farming practices. ACAP, KCAP and Iricop brings to you the ultimate solution for your fertilizer needs. Introducing the ACAP Grade A, KCAP Equiafua Jinkwa and the Iricop with cocoa blends, palm blend and mulch. These are made from locally sourced municipal solid waste. And these are the perfect choice for sustainable farming. Join the organic revolution today. Boost your crop yield, improve soil health, and support sustainable farming practices. Choose ACAP, KCAP, and Iricop organic compost for a greener and bountiful harvest. For your purchase and more information, call the numbers on your screen. Our products are endorsed by COCOBOD, Planting for Food and Jobs, and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
Welcome to the Alisa Brunch, your special Sunday treat. Good food, great and relaxing ambience, and excellent service. Come to your second home every Sunday, the Alisa Sunday Brunch.
Look around. Your home also need a makeover. Mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything we're looking for and more. Merchant furniture for the entire home, designed with you in mind.
Where's Como collection? Dressing up is just a breeze. Always ready with a perfect accessory.
A magic dressing mirror. One look and you're ready to face the world. Or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashphone store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashphone, feel it, know it.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver.
Youth president.
Youth president.
Allah. Thank you.
My brothers and sisters, my name is Malik Basilitali. Some know me as the leader of the 5K men, the leader of the 3K women, the leader of the squadron leaders, the leader of the fire leaders, the leader of body cams, the leader of fire flags, the leader of the pocket whole team, the leader of Keke. All right, that was on the lighter note. I mean, I'm happy to be here, it feels good. From the day of my appointment till today, it feels like 4 years already. I've been on your platforms, I've been everywhere, I've seen a lot of things happening. I mean, I saw this morning, somebody said they'll soon add him. When they add him, keep quiet, don't talk again. We just keep quiet and observe. Anyway, I don't bring any harm. There's no cause for alarm.
No harm.
YEA, like CEO said, is a united institution. I don't intend depleting it. I wish to work with all of you as brothers and sisters. He set a challenge for us. He said we should do more than he has done. And so in 4 years' time, I've got to account to His Excellency the President, and I've got to account to him too, as to whether I've done more than him or I've done beneath him. And so I have one mandate, and like I said to the directors, that is to create jobs for the teeming unemployed youth. Unemployment is virtually a high security situation in any country. And so if we fail to create jobs, the young men and women out there will go up in arms. And we, the employed, will suffer the consequences. And so we must come together, let's create jobs, let's make the youth of this country proud, and let's make His Excellency the President, John Dramani Mahama, proud. I think we should get a slogan for YE. We also see our slogan.
YE, agenda for jobs.
So YE.
Agenda for jobs.
YE.
Agenda for jobs.
Thank you all very much.
Yes. Then look at the cost. 250,000 Ghana cedi. 250,000 Ghana cedi. If you are constructing a meaningful dam, you don't need anything less than $3 million. $3 million, so not Ghana cedi. So if I'm constructing 250,000 Ghana dam, then what kind of dam are you expecting from me? I hope you're getting me. So that's the kind of dam we've promised the people. We need.
But I must indicate that because people were not aware of the background story, the gender minister has been treated unfairly in some ways. What had happened was that this morning, President Mahama is scheduled to travel to Angola, Tanzania, and Kenya for some very important government-related business. Because of that, and yesterday he had a heavy schedule. We had to go to Ho and come back. He was even scheduled to be at the SWAG event. So last minute he had to rope in the vice president to stand in for him. So he said that at least 6 ministers have been approved. And we were in constant liaison with Parliament because they were also approving some yesterday. So he wanted to approve the whole bunch so that he doesn't have to do it, especially because he will be away for 4 days. He didn't want to leave a vacuum because the ministers cannot function fully as they should if they have not been sworn in. And the matters that they have to confront with in the sectors are huge.
But they can act too. The Constitution says.
Yes, but it's not the same as being there in substantive capacity. So we were liaising with Parliament to see whether they will finish the approval so that we add all of them to the list and then swear them in. By 4 p.m. and at the time we were in Ho, we were just about to set off to come to Accra. It became apparent the Parliament could not meet the deadline of approving the others. A decision had to be taken. So we reached out to the 6 who had initially been sworn in and indicated that if they were close, they should indicate. 5 of them said that yes, they were within the presence of Parliament, so could come to the Flagstaff House in about 10 minutes. Now Momo truthfully indicated that a family emergency had taken her out of Accra
Okay.
And therefore, it was going to be very close. We encouraged her to come nonetheless. And that if she got there in time, she will be added. If for some reason she could not make it in time, we will do it another time.
I see.
So if you observe carefully, President Nana was very specific in mentioning the names and giving them KPIs as you described it. So we did 2 alternative speeches. One that anticipated her presence, one that anticipated her absence.
So that's why her name was never mentioned in all of it.
To connect. So immediately we had to switch because we had prepared for that scenario. It was to her credit that she showed up anyway. Because it was touch and go. Where she was, there was no way, given all the traffic, that she could get here in time. But we were pushing them and saying that if you are able to make it, fine. If not, not a big deal. Next week when President Mama does it, so that is it. It's not that she was late. I know her very well. I can vouch
she wasn't late.
She's a very serious-minded person. In some ways, we were even unfair to her to put her in that situation. But we thought that we could quickly do it so that the president's absence does not unduly affect the ability to perform. So that is the situation. But as I said, we respect public sentiment. Of course, it's not everything
but it's good that you are putting this out there.
All right, interesting explanation to Namomo's nomination and subsequent approval by the president and to be sworn in, which was impossible because she couldn't make it. And that is Felix, who is the acting spokesperson for the presidency, and explaining it on TV3 why Namomo could not make it. Some of you, I know you've actually called on me to, speak to it because I have actually shared my opinion on the lateness reportage, that we all received. But according to Felix, we didn't have the background, the background story. So he's explained it to us. Thank you, Felix Pachofosu. But let's go on with the issues of the country. And I already have with me in the studio the former Honorable Member of Parliament for Mion constituency, Mohammed Abdul Aziz, who has already joined me in the studio. You're welcome, sir. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Annie.
And how are you?
I'm good.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was quite good. It's good to be here again. I think I was here last week or last
Yes,
week.
you were.
Yes.
Last week.
Last week.
Last
yes.
week.
Yes,
last week.
It's good to be back.
Yes, it's good to have you
Yes.
back as well. We're expecting Richard Ahangba, who is the NPP Director of Communications as well. I'm sure he'll be in the studio pretty shortly. To respond to some of the development that have come up with the party itself, of course, as they have already started doing their, putting the pieces together as they told the country and taking decisions, some major decisions that almost everybody is talking about. Richard will be here to do us a favor. Let us understand what exactly is happening. But Aziz, so far, how far? We're still seeing more appointments coming in, of course. I think the latest one, yesterday, I had to source for clarity from the NHRA boss, Dr. Da Costa Abuaji. Yeah. Because I saw a flyer, and I was a bit confused. He has been reassigned, and I was wondering, what's this reassignment, up for? So he explained to me that he has actually been made to go back to the Ghana Health Service until further appointments will be made to him. So I probably will be looking into his space and see, are they going to make any, further appointments? So he further explained it to me what it really was last night. And then I also saw the updates that Victor Bampo has been made to go to.
Former Deputy Minister for Health.
Yes, Health Minister has been made to go to the NHIA. All right, and then we are also seeing that Margaret Ansay, Mago,
yeah.
Yes, our owner on this platform, is also the youngest on NEC, NDC.
Okay.
Yes.
Not Alassane. I've forgotten the name. Yeah, but if I get the name out.
Okay.
There's a young man.
No, I think Mago should be.
Okay.
For some time now, I've known.
Good.
Mago will be the youngest on that committee.
That's good for her, especially that she's a female.
Yes, yeah, well. So she's also been appointed to go to the Ghana Enterprise Agency.
Formerly
as a CEO.
NBSSI.
NBSSI,
that was the original name,
Yes. So some more coming through. And also we have seen the vetting activities still ongoing. We've seen that some directives are already coming in The agric minister says that you will be shown the exit if you become an obstacle. I didn't see that video, but I've seen the headlines.
Yes.
You know, and then Ama Kofi Boa was also, you know, facing the vetting committee yesterday. We saw Malik Basintale also arriving at the office, his new office as CEO of YE yesterday. We've seen some of the videos and some more coming up. Well, we'll be going through all that maybe as we go throughout the week, and the vetting activity that's also, you know, ongoing. What do you make of all that's happening with the appointments?
And a good morning again, and good morning to our viewers out there. I think that so far, so good. President Mahama is making the right appointments. The cabinet has been fully done with. All the 23 ministries have been named. They are going through the vetting process. Like you said, yesterday was the turn of Honorable Bua.
Lawyer James Ajini Mboati is also going to SIC.
SIC, yes. And so, right after the ministerial appointments, the proper thing to do is to focus more on the CEOs, the Chief Executive Officers of state-owned enterprises, state institutions. And so far, so good, like I said. Malik reported to yesterday in his usual 5K men and 3K women. You know,
to jack up and activate the body cams.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but what I can see is that President Mahama.
There's a video I saw in his first visit to the office of the former Ye CEO,
yes,
Kofi Ejekum,
yes,
who was so profoundly introducing him to the staff and asking for everybody's support. And I thought, what's going on here?
That is supposed to be the case. I mean, you've had your turn. I don't know how long that gentleman has been there, but public service, when you are called to duty, you come and perform your role, and when it's time for you to bow out, you do that gracefully. And so it was nice seeing him hand over to Malik and asking the staff to support Malik like they did to him. It is my prayer and wish that in all the state agencies, the staff would give the maximum support to the appointees of President Mahama. At the end of the day, we are serving a nation. We are working for a country called Ghana. The most important thing is to ensure that we all work collectively to achieve the mandate that those institutions do have. And so, like Eric Opoku said yesterday, the campaigning is over, the politicking is over. We should all come together.
So he was appointed in August 2022, Kofi Ejekum.
Yes, I'm sure that was after the General Secretary of the NPP, who was there, actually left to contest for his current position. Exactly. And so Eric Opoku was very right when he said, look, the politicking is over. It's not, we are done with the NPP and the NDC campaigning. Let's all come together. Let's put our hands on deck and see how we can prosecute the agenda of President Mahama, who is the President of the Republic, in who the executive authority of the country resides in. And so any attempt to sabotage the government of President Mahama would be to sabotage the country Ghana, and that would not be tolerated. I don't expect to see any public servant or a civil servant, for that matter, try to sabotage the government of President Mahama, because we all have a duty to earn our incomes. And so once we are paid by the Ghanaian taxpayer, we have every responsibility, every duty to work assiduously to achieve the dreams and the wishes of the president and the Ghanaian people. And so let's see how things would go. We are very hopeful that in the next few days, more appointments will be made. I don't know. I'm waiting to hear your name go to any of the state institutions. And
you want my services?
I'll tag along.
You want my services?
Oh, why not? I mean, if President Mahama...
As what, a journalist or as a professional?
Well, you never know. But, I mean, if you are appointed, if you also receive a green letter, I expect you to place a call onto my phone and say, Aziz, I've had my green letter. Let's come you can tag along.
Oh, the way my boss was appointed and
yes, and so
and received some backlash. I was wondering, hey, are we safe?
Oh, those things would come.
Hey,
those things will come. Those things will come. I have seen.
Which things will come? That he's not a member of NDC.
You see, you can understand the anxiety, the overzealous nature of some party boys. You know, if we say we are coming to reset this country, what it means is that we cannot do exactly what the MPP did.
The status quo.
The status quo. You know, we must begin to do things differently. Yes, it is a party that birthed the government.
Yeah.
And so it is only proper and fair that people who indeed worked for the party would be, for want of a better word, rewarded and asked to work for the state. Why are they not Ghanaians? The fact that you are NDC and work for the NDC doesn't mean that you are a half Ghanaian or you are not qualified to. I remember attending a workshop somewhere in Nakosombo when I was in Parliament. Then one of the facilitators who got up to speak was like, the problem of this country is that they appoint the politicians to key positions. They should appoint the technocrats. And I went like, look, why do you speak as if politicians are damned and that we don't know anything? We all attended the same schools and stuff like that. And so the fact that I have taken the path of politics doesn't mean that I can work when I'm appointed. And so, yes, whilst we recognize patriotism, hard work, excellence, experience, we also think that it is a party that births a government. And so we must be able to walk a fine balance between these two. But you see, everybody and the way he or she contributes to party. It's not just attending the rallies and wearing the party colors that does everything. There are some people who work behind the stage. And so we must party foot soldiers must begin to appreciate that, even though I also share in their concern that, look, if this man is a known MPP card-bearing member, somebody who doesn't believe in the agenda of President Mahama, it will not be fair to have such a person occupy a key position, because that person will be required to drive the agenda of President Mahama and the NDC manifesto. And so if right from the onset, the person doesn't believe in the NDC's reset agenda, you would wonder how he or she would be able to drive the process. But like I said, we have a country to govern, and everybody must come on board. I'm sure that in the next, between today and Friday, some more appointments would come, especially relative to chief executive officers of state institutions. President Mahama is away for official duty, but I can see he's working even from where he is. And so I expect more announcements to be done today, tomorrow, up to Friday.
What should we expect from the seeming fairly young government today? And I'm sure you agree that this government is very young. Very young, very young. You have the likes of my friend and brother Felix Kwachi Ofosu, full minister now. You have the likes of Sam George, communications minister, Akando, foreign minister, Akando, health minister,
Okudzeto Ablakwa, Honorable Murtala Ibrahim. So this is a government that is committed to empowering the youth. So President Mahama.
So is the agenda to empower youth? Yesterday, Malik said something in the office. He said that the unemployment youth and the rising unemployment is, a threat to Ghana's stability, which is something security-wise we all know.
It is right.
Now, it presupposes that considering the vote pattern we gave you, and the type of governance you want to establish, we're seeing that it's very young. It has to be an inspiration to the youth, and it has to be more focused on the youth.
Exactly.
To create the path or chart the path for them. So if you feel you have questions to answer.
Yes, and so I have every trust and confidence in the young people that have been appointed into various positions, either as ministers or chief executive officers. You see, as young people, they can appreciate more what the young people go through. I'm not saying that elderly people don't appreciate it, but at least the young people who are in very responsible positions would appreciate more the troubles and the challenges that young people are going through today. Annie, you see young girls finish school and university, they are done with their national service, they are unable to go back to their hometowns because they have nothing to do in their villages, so they want to stay in Accra. And you see them struggling just to get a single room to rent, the 2-year rent that is being demanded of them, the rising cost of living. And sometimes you can only empathize with them. And so young people, when they are in government, would appreciate more what their colleagues are going through. And so I expect that to reflect in our policies. And President Mahama and the NDC is also looking into the future, that the NDC must build a new crop of leaders that will take over from them. Yesterday, we were talking about Honorable Totobi Kwachi and co. We were talking of the Ahoys and what have you. Today, we are talking of the Haruna Idrisus, the Omane Buames and co. And so that they become the next class of, if you like, the second generation of our party. Our party is fairly young, unlike the NPP that was formed somewhere in 1944, if I'm right, the UGCC and stuff like that. We were birthed only somewhere in 1993 from the PNDC. And so our first generation are still alive. The likes of the Ahoys, the
sort of the godfathers of the party.
So they are the first generation of our tradition. Okay. And so you have the likes of the Haruna Idrisu, the Omane Buames and co. coming to step into their shoes as a second generation. Exactly. And so we're also looking at the third generation where you have the likes of Malik and co.
Rising.
Exactly. And so at every point in time, you need these three strands of generations to work together. And I'm sure that's what President Mahama is doing. That the NDC...
I haven't really looked at it.
Oh, yes. That is,
So we have all these generations together.
Yes. Our tradition is fairly young, let's admit.
Yeah.
The NDC is as old as the Fourth Republic. Barely some 32 years today. If you want to trace the NPP back to their days of UGCC, that will give you over 60 to 70 years, right? And so I'm sure most of their founding fathers don't exist anymore. They've passed on to glory. And so I think that President Mahama is also building a party behind that will be very strong and resilient even after they are gone, which I do appreciate.
So you see there's an attempt to solidify a generation to take over.
Exactly.
Oh, I haven't looked at it from that angle at all.
Exactly.
Yes, because considering the fact that he has 4 years.
Yes, he has 4 years
to operate.
And so
you must be preparing your next successor.
So you see, the other feature I have seen is that President Mahama is blending former appointees, former ministers, people who have traveled along that path before, with people who are new in the system. Not new as in public service, but who haven't held any ministerial appointments before. So his first appointments, you had the likes of Honorable John Jinapor, former deputy minister for power, the Honorable Dr. Ato Forson, former deputy minister for finance, and then Dr. Ayeni, former attorney general. These were the first set that he elevated.
And then we also have Joyce Bauer,
who
was also deputy minister.
So these were the first three that President Mahama elevated to cabinet or full ministerial appointment. So you have that class, those who have passed through that path. Omani was a minister under President Mills. President Mahama, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, worked in about 3 or 4 different ministries under President Mills, President Mahama.
Omani was a Ministry of Communications.
Yes, communications.
Under
I
Mills.
think at a point in time, he was a deputy minister for lands and natural resources. So I'm not too sure. Okay. And so these are very experienced hands. And then you have fairly new faces in terms of ministerial appointments coming to join. So it is a blend. It is a blend that would work for our country and for our party. So whilst we are serving the nation, we are also looking at the tradition that birthed you into the presidency.
So if you look at the Edujita Maklo, the Sami Jemfi, the Malik Basintale, the Margaret Ansel Mago.
Exactly.
That crop, Beatrice Annan.
I would refer to them as the third generation. You may want to refer to Elisha Harvard Edrison or Mani and Co. as the
second generation.
Exactly. Then our old men are home now, providing guidance to the party. Are still alive.
Interesting.
Maybe you find some of them in boards, as board chairs and stuff like that, to use their experience. Because look, much of the work is done in the boardrooms, where they provide the overall framework for state institutions. And so let's see what happens. Yesterday, for instance, let me use this platform to congratulate Professor Joshua Alabi, who was appointed as the board chairman for Ghana Commercial Bank. And my friend and brother, Alaji Alasan Faran, who was also appointed as the MD. For Ghana Commercial Bank. I spoke to both of them yesterday.
Oh, Faran is your friend.
Oh, he's a very big friend.
I have to follow you around.
His brother is
me too. I'll follow you around
for Karaga.
Yeah.
And in the last elections, I did much of my campaigns in the Karaga area. I spent close to 3 months going in and out of Karaga. Unfortunately, we're unable to
but who is he?
Who
is Faran?
Faran is a very experienced banker. He used to work with Barclays, now ABSA, and later moved to Stanbic. And so he's one of the very experienced young men in the banking industry. And so I have no doubt that he's going to excel in his new role as the MD for Ghana Commercial Bank.
If you can hoist the Daily Graphic, it is the Daily Graphic that I think captured that headline.
Okay.
Yeah. Farhan Hassan appointed new GCB.
So he will bring his experience in this, if you want, I don't know how to describe it, these private sector banks, ABSA, Stanbic, these are not state-owned. And so their working protocols will be more stricter than Ghana commercial banks. And so I expect him to bring that experience to bear on the workings of Ghana Commercial Bank. Professor Alabi, you know the kind of works that he did at the University for Professional Studies, where it was and where he took it to. I mean, his footprints are very known to almost everybody, especially within the academia. And so I think that they have a good team at the Ghana Commercial Bank.
So just to go through the names of why I'm, saying that the government is fairly young.
Yeah, fairly young.
More. We have the likes of Edward Obane Boama. He's going to Ministry of Defense.
Defense, yes.
Very interesting. So we have Sam George is also going to the communications and digital technology innovation. We have Ama Kofi Boa.
Yeah.
Fairly young. Will Kofi Boa be in the second generation or?
I think so, yes. Yes, I think so.
Oh, we are sure.
I think so.
He's going to.
He was a full minister under President Mahama.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And so he has some experience, some wealth of experience.
Right.
He's not as young as the Malik and the Sami Jemfis.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So you classified that according to perhaps age brackets and experience.
Yes. Yesterday he was at the vetting committee. We have Kofi Adai Adams also. Who is
Kofi Adams, exactly.
And he's also gone to the sports
ministry.
Yes. So he will also be in the second
generation. Former spokesperson for President Rawlings.
President Rawlings. I mean, he's been there.
Party organ, he's been there.
Yes.
He's been there.
So Rashid Popo should be in the third generation.
I can see you like that classification so much.
Yes, I'm very.
You like that
I like the fact that you drew my attention to it because I hadn't really considered it that way. I'm just
Rashid
looking at.
Popo is going to which ministry?
He's going to
Labor
Ministry jobs. Yes.
Labor.
So he will be in the third. Kabna Minta Kando will be in the second. Fairly. Mutala Mohammed is also going to environment.
My friend and former
those are the ones you have on the screen. So, by the picture painted by Aziz, if you look at these faces, you see third generation, you see second generation, then you see first generation.
I'll classify all of them within the second generation.
These ones will be in the second.
Yeah.
In the second generation.
My Eastern Corridor.
Ablakwa will not be in the second generation. Kai.
Ablakwa.
Oh. No.
Well,
Ablakwa and Sam George should be in the third, in the Eduji's generation.
And then the transport minister, Honorable Nepe,
the
MP for Saboba, You know, the eastern corridor in the northern region is where the NDC is very vulnerable.
Okay.
We do well normally in the Tamale area.
Okay.
That's western Dagbon.
Yeah.
They're very vulnerable in the eastern Dagbon, which some refer to as the eastern corridor. The Bandaya, the Bimbila, Saboba, Zabzugu. Well, the NDC is very vulnerable in that area. So to have a minister for transport from that area, he should help hold the party in that corridor.
Okay.
Going into the next elections.
Okay.
I think it's a very strategic appointment.
Okay. Okay. I mean, we can tell that the strategy is not shared amongst so many people. So before the names even come up, we are always locked. We don't know who to even predict.
A lot of thoughts and work
have gone into it.
Simulation goes into it.
Yeah.
If you are doing 60 and you have to take care of all these things, agenda parity, or the 30%, regional balance, ethnic balance, right? Then you are also looking at the party structure, not 50% from parliament. So a lot of thinking goes into the.
But I see some regional issues coming up in the area of, let's say, for example, Greater Accra.
Okay.
In terms of appointments,
Okay.
you have the minister, and then you have, I think, the minister, the Greater Accra regional minister. It's not really coming from the core Accra.
Yes, Linda Oklu.
Linda Oklu.
From Shai Osudoku.
Doku area.
Okay.
So that block, the Tema area, you see that Sam George has also gotten a ministerial appointment from the Pram areas.
Yeah.
But when you come to
Accra Central,
typical Accra Central, you know, the Ododo and all these areas.
Okay.
We haven't really seen anything come up there. And yesterday I picked up intelligence. It looks as though there is a bit of some disagreements with the nature of appointments.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, President Mahama has not exhausted his nominations yet. Yes, he's done with substantive ministers, but he still has an opportunity to appoint about some 21 or 23 deputy ministers. And sometimes it's not just about being a minister or a deputy minister. You want somebody who can effect change.
Yeah.
Either the person is a CEO or a deputy CEO who can effect change within your locality.
Yeah.
So the appointments are not exhausted. And I'm sure President Mahama, when he takes this feedback, would use what he has to do now to fill in the gaps, you know.
Well, he has to consider, because to the extent that I know that even chiefs are not happy with some things, and
we do appreciate that. I mean, like President Mahama said, we want to carry everybody along. We would listen to the feedback, we'll listen to the concerns, and we'll see how we can be able to address them. It's not done with the nominations. Yes, people want to see their own occupy some known positions. But like I said, the most important thing is the effect that the person can bring.
Yeah.
Either the person is a CEO, a deputy CEO, a minister, or a full minister. It's all about the effect that the person can bring on board. Linda, I was with her in the 7th Parliament. Sam George saying, I've maintained some relationship with Sam George. Linda, I don't know the last time I spoke to her, but they are both nice people to work with, and trust me, I'm sure they are going to discharge themselves very, very well.
Right.
Sam George has a very deep understanding of the communication sector.
Yeah.
You know, 8 years, for 4 years, he was a deputy ranking on communications in Parliament, and later was made the ranking member on communications. He understands policy relative to the ICT and also the ICT itself. I mean, he's very, I've engaged him on that, and he's very deep. When we're going through the transitional process, I was in the same committee with him, and that was where I got to appreciate more his depth of knowledge in that area.
All right.
So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens. Well, as we still stand strong, we have come representing ourselves in party colors, and this is in the person of, let me borrow my boss's words, Omampini, Richard Ahiagba. Yes, I'm referring to you. We've come representing strongly in our party colors. What's that number 3?
Yes, MPP USA.
Pardon? Yes.
MPP USA, it's 30 anniversary.
Oh, 30th anniversary. Oh, okay. So that's your 30th anniversary cloth. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Many happy returns to you.
Happy New Year. It's good to see you. Always good to see you.
Yeah, same here. I just don't know why you're in this room. I think it's my second time in this room. I like the other room.
You like the
Yes,
original
I
Good
like
Morning
the other
Ghana
studio.
studio?
Yeah, that's Good Morning Ghana studio. This one.
We'll take you back there.
Yeah,
I
let's go
promise
there
you.
actually.
Right now?
It's possible. Let me say good morning to my brother Aziz.
Rich.
Nice to see him. I was listening, he's doing very well in talking his government up. I hope somebody's talking him up too. Because I say, he's talking for the government, he should talk for himself, or maybe you should talk for him.
Oh, he's rather talking for me.
I think he's a fine man. He can serve well, and so whilst we talk about the opportunities that exist, he can do a fine work for the country and its people from the northern region and from Myong.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that the appointments, as we have seen, they're good, but they're just now coming out from the gate. There's going to be the reality check when they begin to have to make decisions and things like that. So that's really where we'll be able to measure their full length to say that they are good appointments. Now the balancing act of, region, gender, ethnicity, tribe, and all those things. Taking those into account, I think that is good for keeping the fabric of our democracy together. And so it seems to me that we're still in the honeymoon phase for the government, even though they have started making some very big missteps already. It's a general situation of competition is heightening in the party. People feel that the oxygen is running out in the room, and they're beginning to jostle a bit more violently to survive. But I will wish the government well. I think I've had cause to commend and congratulate the president. I think that we'll continue to wish him well. That's one office that all of us must pray for and support and wish well, because ultimately his failure is our failure and his success is all of us, our legacy. So we need to focus on wishing them well. Some of the appointments, I think, were a lot of them. What I think is it Sami's appointment that surprised me? Sami David's appointment surprised me.
Why him? Why him of all people?
Well, because he's the person, when I lift my head and I see in their party, in terms of monitoring what they are doing, is the one that I look to see what the NPP is doing, what they are doing in countering what I do, specifically for my work. So I congratulate him. I think I've sent my message on WhatsApp and things, but I congratulate him. But just that it surprised me where they took him. I thought that he would be in mainstream politics, but he's found a convenient conduit to go and hide, because much of all the jobbings he did, I want him to be in mainstream so I can put it to him. But then he's been
I don't
hidden.
know if and they put his picture up.
Maybe he's being strategic.
No, he knows. Yeah, so
what I don't know,
Yeah.
and I hope so, is these appointees to avail themselves for communication and questions.
No, it's going to be
because of their nature, like we're already talking about. They're fairly young.
Yeah.
I think they can double task, and I think they can face the public up front. Not because you're CEO, you should keep quiet. And, that status quo, I wish will break with this team. I want to see more of them engaging
I think so far, I've seen Edugy has been doing media, but increasingly you'll see that. Yeah, okay. You'll be surprised, pleasantly surprised. They won't be available. They won't be. Because the demands of the work, not that it's very hectic necessarily, but the meeting schedules, maybe early morning there's a meeting, but you have so much window for media in the mornings, and so it'd be difficult for them to be available.
I mean, sometimes when you even have a schedule that's so tight during the day, you wouldn't want to add a dawn or an early morning schedule to it, so that you can have some flexibility,
preparation and all of that for those meetings. So increasingly they're going to be available. But for Sami specifically, he's going to be absent because some of the Yobbins, he can't explain them. He can't explain them. He can't explain them. But you think that Sami will be here on the program across the table and I ask him 24-hour economy?
What is the purpose of Gold Board?
Oh, no. I mean, that's not what he's doing necessarily, but the things he said, to run away and go and hide there, ask him what 24-hour economy is, and all the yobbins he did about that, and it's not going to materialize, really. This 24-hour, it's not going to come. They can bring the senior comrade, Lusitano, they can bring a whole army of cadres. Yeah, they can't do that 24 hours. They pulled the fast one over Guardians, and that's
the 24-hour economy.
It is not
in some companies in Ghana.
Dr.
Bawumia admitted that it's already happening.
Yes. What's your point?
So why are you saying it's
Richard, I mean the scope in which they are promising the thing. They're saying that ministries. What is the formula? It's 133, is it not?
Yes.
133. Yes. Now, which presupposes that every setup, would have that combination.
Not every setup.
No. Okay, just hold on. But you see, one young man yesterday was at GRA. I guess we'll have a chance to talk about it. And when he was explaining, he was saying that when they were campaigning, they were told certain things, right? But one of the things they didn't tell them was to say, I think it was in relation to, I forgot. But they went to GRA essentially to try and get the GRA appointee be rescinded. Okay, and I think there was a specific question asked him, and he was saying that during the campaign, when they were campaigning for His Excellency John Dramani to come to become president, they didn't tell them one particular thing, which means that all the things that we told them, they took it hook, line, and sinker. So if you're going to do 24-hour economy and you say it's 133, it means that everybody or every establishment would be up to employing people, one job, 3 people, 3 shifts. You understand?
I like that.
I want to be able to see
the policy much better.
I want to be able to see somebody in the face and ask him the aspects of the economy that they have brought that did not exist. That's why at your point I was saying about hospital, they're already doing that, right? If you go to the security service, they're already doing that. But which ministry are you going to do that at? Which agency are they going to do that at PPMC? Is he going to do that there? Like 133, is he going to do that there? So this whole thing was a fast one they pulled over Ghanaians. How we sat by and have it happen is one thing. But the point is that I think that it should begin to decelerate that 24-hour economy thing because it's not realizable. For me, as an MPP person...
It's not realizable?
No.
Due to the scope.
The scope, yes, because the thing is already... When you talk about Vice President Bawumia's concession on that, what is doable is being done. And what is doable, not only doable in terms of practicality, but what is feasible, what is necessary, what is demand appropriate. It's been done. So there isn't any 24-hour economy they are going to conjure from the skies to come, but there are things that are already there. You can invest, okay, to make those things do more, but they must necessarily be demand-driven. So when they were telling us 24-hour economy, we were telling them to tell us, what demand stimulation are you going to bring to drive that? Because you're putting the cart before the horse. Okay, it is demand that will say that, you know when Randy's closeout show, it traveled, right? It traveled, okay, because there was the appetite for it. The way you guys promoted it, people wanted to hear Kwesi and Kweku Bakubo, and that was a unique day for TV, and people wanted to watch, and they gave it to people, 5 hours or so of TV. But can you do that every day? You can't.
No.
So demand will drive the thing, and so tell us the demand. Demand is economy, and where they don't want to go there, because when they talk about how are you going to stimulate the economy so much that there is so much demand that people want to work 24 hours. That's the question. What is going to do that? They haven't told us. When the Minister for Finance, Dr. Atufo, came, did you hear anything economic stimulating? No, right? He's now dishing out orders to GRA, make sure you collect more revenue. Was that what they told us? Is that the ingenious economic idea that they brought now is telling GRA, make sure you collect more money? Huh? That's the creativity. Is that it?
What is creativity about that?
There's nothing about it. That's creativity. So what I'm saying is that, I'm just saying that, is it collecting more revenue that's going to create the 133 formula they are trying to bring? It's not going to happen.
Did you hear the explanation to the 133 formula where they say companies that are interested can also apply? You know, there are a lot of companies who can run 24 hours. But for the unavailability of things needed to, or the facilities needed to run a 24-hour, they cannot do. They need security, they need a personnel, they need revenue. So if we actually give you some tax relief,
so give me one.
You are not. The promise they have said they are.
My brother, I can't put. That's why I say something should be in mainstream. So we can.
Richard, you are free. You can. You are so particular about Sami Jemfi.
Oh no, because it's my contemporary in the
I do appreciate that, but trust me,
because he's a twin brother.
Whatever concern, whatever worry, whatever issue that you think that is not well explained to your understanding relative to 24-hour economy, you are at liberty, you are free, you can bring them.
That 24-hour economy
would engage very well on the table.
That 24-hour economy, even if you are given the rest of life, you can't convince anybody about it. Okay,
we convince the Ghanaian people who bought into it and gave us their mandate.
Forget about that.
You never believed in it right from day one.
The point I'm trying to make to you is
that,
right now, as you speak,
24-hour economy is impossible in Ghana.
You see, you run shifts.
Yes.
The conception they brought to it gives you an impression they are going to make this economy, okay, by the flip of a switch, okay, run 3-tier system. That it ought to be done, it could be done, it has to be done, it is doable, but somebody is not doing it. You understand? That it exists, that is a thing on the shelf somewhere, that it can be done, and it must be done, should have been done, but hasn't been done. You understand? And I'm saying that that's a fallacy of the highest order, because you are saying that you should put people in work. You can do that, can't you? Because in this room, your production crew, you can put 10 people here if you want. But do you really want to have 10 people when the job is just going to be done by 2? What they are telling us is that you should have 3 people for every job for 3 shifts.
They are not saying that.
That's what they are saying. I'm saying that. Hold on. Because when you make a blanket statement, as for the conception and understanding of a 24-hour economy, it is nothing extraordinary. But the scope, the way they are conceiving the program and selling to Ghanaians, makes it as though that you need to get the people. The opportunity is there. The MPP is not doing it. When we come, every one job, we are going to give you 3 people to do it, and they will do it 3 times in a day. Okay, but there is no product like that anywhere. There is no policy like that already packaged that you're going to say. It's a multiple of activities that you will undertake to create demand, okay, which demand capacity or potential will drive for more of those things to be done. Okay, so that when there is a watcher seller out here who sees that now Metro TV is very busy, you are running, maybe take the election times for example, right? And then there's a 24-hour operation around the clock because there's conversation throughout the year. If somebody finds a market outside your gate and says that, well, people here from morning till the following morning, they are eating, they are buying water, they are buying, coffee and all of that. If I close, they will need who will serve them. So I'll stay. So that way, it's a demand that is going to drive for that person to set up a coffee shop over there because the people are here. Rather than go home, he can be here and serve you. And so he then can employ people. So it is the demand that drives that kind of policy. And when we've been asking them through the election, how are you going to generate that? How are you going to drive that? It is not about the incentive, okay? It is not about giving lower electricity tariffs. It's about how we are going to stimulate the demand. Because if you give people, maybe a private sector person, if you give them lower tariffs on electricity, okay, to do 24-hour economy, and there is no demand, the person cannot just be producing because electricity is cheap. You understand? Electricity is cheap, and so therefore produce for who to buy. So you cannot achieve that. What you should be able to do is to show us that how you're going to drive the economy to advance. I listened to the Minister for Agric. He talks about a few things, but nothing new that we haven't heard. And so I'm thinking that even if you're going to engage in driving agribusiness, what are the particulars? What are the incisive ideas that have been brought to the table? None whatsoever. So it is business as usual, talking about politics that, oh, we're going to do this, and get people to vote for them, okay? And, or like what we have done, even on the level of one district, one factory. I don't see any striking idea that they have brought. Okay, and I'm hoping that they would not, relent in the effort that we have shown to drive industrialization in every district. They can take it forward and ensure that indeed every district, even beyond just one factory, gets more based on the potentials that are there in those districts or in those areas. So we can have industrialization. If you have that and there is demand, okay, then people would work even 25 hours in a day because the demand is there. Okay, if you don't have demand, it doesn't matter. Like you yourself this morning, if you didn't have a show today, right, you will not be sitting here, you won't be here, or you'll be here but behind the camera, right? So things drive things. So if you are telling us about 24-hour economy, it is what is going to drive, it's cause, not effect. Okay, they were telling us about effect, which is, 3-1-3-3. Okay, that's the effect of something driving something. Where is it? We're hoping. We're counting down now. I'm hoping the 120 conversation, we are focusing, we are tracking, checking, and crossing the things they said they are going to do.
In the 120
so far,
days.
so far, what's the results?
Not looking promising at all.
I pulled up the 24-hour economy.
Yeah.
The regular questions. There's a Q&A that they shared with us 2024. I'm sure you've seen
it's part of the propaganda,
No,
but you can read it, no problem.
The document.
Oh, it's a design. I mean, it's a design. Everything I've told you. Okay, is there a question in there how they are going to get people to buy or to drive demand?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
So there's one question. The question 2, it says that what will be the main driver of Mahama's 24-hour economy? And the answer is the 24-hour economy will be mainly anchored on Mahama's overarching vision to create sustainable jobs for the Ghanaians. This will be achieved through his agenda to modernize and mechanize agriculture, provide incentives for the private sector to thrive, promote agro-business processing and agro-processing and manufacturing, transform Ghana into an import substitution, and export-led economy, among others. 24-hour economy policy will be a major boost for John Mahama's import substitution and export drive. This will stabilize our national currency, improve our reserves, bring down inflation and interest rates, create more employment opportunities, and improve livelihoods. Someone wants me to ask you a question. I want to ask that question. He says that, Annie, I just asked Richard if he is aware of our import bill and its effect and pressure on our currency. What does it mean? What does he mean by demand isn't available? It's a whole, he says it's a whole communication. Oh, no, that one is about your position. But he says, what do you mean that demand is not available?
You see,
this is by Raymond Having.
Okay,
wants me to ask you.
Now, my answer is question. But number one, everything you have just read is brothel. There is no tangible. There's no substance to take.
Brothel is what?
English.
But how do they expect them to write this one in tree?
Oh, you are not following.
No.
You are not following.
I'm
saying that is vain English.
I do understand.
No, don't worry. Yes, but you really understand. Now you say you understand. Just hold on. I'm coming. No problem. You see, this thing he just said, the John Mahama thing with agribusiness and whatever, mechanized agriculture. Go to any of their manifestos and see if you will see that language in there. This is what they've been telling us since we were babies. So this is nothing new.
So there's no roadmap to even achieving this.
The point is that the particulars, you can put words together. That's all that is. I'm saying that.
This is a summary of what is to be achieved. Those who have been put in the agencies and the ministries will ensure this.
Don't worry. What I'm saying is that, the thing is not far. It is here. The 24-hour economy opportunity is here. Agronifom. But I'm just telling them that if they have the presence of mind now, they should begin to de-escalate. To say that, this is going to take so and so and so. But this thing they are talking about is what the economy is all about. That's what you are doing. That's what you're in government to do, to create opportunities for people. Now you imagine what you saw at YEA, what you saw yesterday at GRA. What is it about? It's not jobs. It's not jobs, that's why they are doing that. That's jobs, right? So I'm saying that what are the effective things to do right now to do it? And so what I'm saying that they have told Ghanaians a bunch of lies. That 24-hour economy, a entropy.
But you have ministers who are
the point I am making.
No, the president who's been voted for is now appointing his ministers and heads of agencies. Is it not fair to allow them to settle?
Is that the Akazu says Agrobeso Ifeanopa? But I'm telling you is that Agrobeso Ifeanopa it has everything to do with the potential.
Yeah.
The potential for that thing to happen, okay, you can't see it because that thing on a larger scale is the contention of life and the contention of the government of Ghana from, if you just take it from this Fourth Republic, from 1993, when we sworn in the first president of this republic, this Fourth Republic, right, is to create demand.
Okay. So,
you see, let me just answer the gentleman, right?
Yeah.
All of this pursuit is to create demand. Okay? So the policy you are going to drive to grow our GDP, essentially, is what we're talking about 24-hour economy. But when you conceive it in the manner they have done, outside of the economy to say we are bringing 24-hour economy 133, what you are trying to do there is to deceive the people. The mainstream conversation is that how are you going to grow Ghana's economy?
So that's where the demand is.
So the gentleman who is saying that, the Ghana's import bill and associated, that is an associated demand is impression he wants to create. Since when did we start having Ghana's import bill to be high? Hasn't the former President Mahama been in office and we have our import bills to be high? Take all the commodities and items that we import. Today, we are still importing toothpick, right? All of the things that we're importing. The point is that the idea, to drive industrialization is what they need to talk about. I don't see any offerings there.
As you talk
and
about
what
demand,
I'm saying is that whole idea of 24-hour economy, I would have loved the occasion to have Sami sitting over there and I say, how is that working out so far? And then we can have a moment and say, we told you so, and tell Ghanaians to say that these guys came to waste our time for the 4 years ahead. Let's change. Let's change.
He's asking a question.
Let's change. Let's change. Let's change in 2028 to bring the MPP back. We paid attention.
So these are the areas. We talk about demand. These are the areas. So which industries will the 24-hour economy focus on? One.
You have hope,
I have to be optimistic than being pessimistic.
Why Sabi is at PPMC? You don't know. PMMC, you don't know. Why he goes there? Why he went there rather than being in mainstream?
To establish a 24-hour economy.
You don't know.
I don't know.
He doesn't want to talk about it because the thing is. It's indescribable.
You're not being fair to
no, I'm not like. I'm actually being complimentary.
He will take all the time.
No, why is he there? Why is Sami at PMMC?
He will take all the time if he will take time.
He doesn't. Forget about the work he's going to do. I'm just saying that he doesn't want to be mainstream, so that now that you are in this wide space,
throw it at him.
How is the 24-hour economy working for you?
Okay, 24-hour economy, agro-processing, 24-hour pharmaceutical industry, 24-hour manufacturing industry, 24-hour construction. 24-hour construction was happening in this country in 2024.
Already.
When I will be driving 12 midnight, 1 a.m. and you see structures coming up. And there are constructors, what do you call them? Contractors there working at night, in the middle of the night, during the elections.
Yes, so you need to apply. Yes, you need to apply. So
after the election is stopped.
Anyway, so you need to apply some analysis to that. Why were you saying that? Because there is a need to complete a certain project at a certain time.
So there was
hold on. So I'm saying that. So that's a demand.
Yes.
But I'm saying that, is it the case that they will just right now, if that was the case, why can't they just commission the construction works to go? First, you have to have money, right? You have to have money. Hold on. You have to have money, right? So if you don't have the money, you can have the desire to construct the road quickly, and you can do it 24 hours. But if you don't have the money, you can't do it.
Okay, so
that's the point.
So it goes on to say extractive industry, 24-hour, which is happening actually. Sanitation and waste management, yes. Leisure and hospitality industry is happening. Go to Lashibi.
But is it
digital?
What is this?
Digital startups and business processing outsourcing. 24 financial services, 24-hour retail centers, 24-hour
financial
transportation.
Services.
Yes.
That's happening or is going to happen? They're going to bring it. It's happening.
Okay.
So that's the point. Is that what were they saying?
Okay. So retail centers, retail centers, 24-hour transportation services.
Which retail centers are running 24/7?
Select.
Accra Mall doesn't run 24/7, does it? It doesn't run 24/7.
No, Accra Mall
doesn't run. So I'm saying
Accra Malls, I think
I'm saying that the obvious things that ought to be around the clock are already around the clock.
Also,
so what the NDC is saying, they're not going to bring any new thing to stream.
Institutions with large customer traffic, such as Post and Harbors, Customs, Passport Office, DVLA, where I see, this gentleman, I forgot his name, the one who is taken to DVLA, among others, will be part of the 24-hour economy.
It's okay. Now it's no longer brothel. It's action. We are waiting. We want to see the action. The hundreds of NDC people who are at GRA, okay? Hundreds of them who were at YEA yesterday. We want them to take the lead in the 133. Okay, because they are Ghanaians too. But I am just telling you that they are going to wake up to a very rude awakening because what they have said, okay, they don't have what it takes to do it. It cannot be done, okay? They now need to deaccelerate on that matter and have an honest conversation about how they are going to make the economy work, which was the fundamental question we kept asking them. But as far as I know,
you've given Richard enough time to speak about the 24-hour economy. I'm pretty sure that you're going to give me same time to be able to answer all the questions that he has.
No problem. I don't have questions.
I'll take a break. I'll take a break.
And I pray you remain
let me conclude before.
again.
Hello, thank you for calling MTN.
This is Jerry, Jolly J for short.
How may I help?
I'm not happy with you guys at all. You've been giving Bongo gifts all the time.
Who is Bongo?
Oh, Bongo, my friend. He purchased in my room.
Oh.
You've been giving free gifts, but I don't.
That's MTN rewards, sir. Talk, text, browse, and more, and you get to redeem free call time or data by simply dialing *550#. And on Fridays, you can even get extra special rewards like food vouchers, shopping discounts, and much more.
Didn't tell me anything. Would you like to know how I got the name Jolly J?
That won't be necessary, Mr. Jolly. Calling customer care service doesn't give you points.
I'm gonna call my mom. I'll call my grandma. I'll call my ex. That girl can talk, Papa. Hello, Mama. So what's the topic for today?
MTN.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me.
It is part of the mattress we did the front there.
Yeah?
That be the mattress where the dead go.
Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like Ash Foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Customer. I don't know who was say.
Malaria been actually me, man. No more man, still.
One of them give us.
Give us a solid.
Yeah, sorry. What rest of so give us here and turn down.
But so good so. But tomato give us the and turn down.
Give us about me, sir.
Paper try the and turn down.
Customer. Give us a turn down.
Onuya kayo oba wa fafuro nom de o ma no banu fo nom akwada wa ni fie dumie no ono nso nom.
Attention all farmers. Are you ready to take your crops to the next level? Introducing 3 effective organic composts that will revolutionize your farming practices. ACAP, KCAP and Iricop brings to you the ultimate solution for your fertilizer needs. Introducing the ACAP Grade A, KCAP Equiafua Jinkwa, and the Iricop with Cocoa Blend, Palm Blend and Mulch. These are made from locally sourced municipal solid waste, and these are the perfect choice for sustainable farming. Join the organic revolution today. Boost your crop yield, improve soil health, and support sustainable farming practices. Choose ACAP, KCAP, and Iricop Organic Compost for a greener and bountiful harvest. For your purchase and more information, call the numbers on your screen. Our products are endorsed by COCOBOD, Planting for Food and Jobs, and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture.
This is Coastal Park, a well-demarcated gated community carved out to host your residential and commercial properties. With a minimum of 40,000 Ghana cedis, you too can own a piece of this serene site.
It's just 50 minutes drive from the Central University College, as well as just some 5 minutes drive from the Ningo Senior High School. More so, just in case you live somewhere in Adam and you want to take that excursion to many of those areas along the Volta estuary, this is the right property for you to invest in.
Great news from Estate Masters Limited. We're running a 10% discount promo on all sites to celebrate our 10th anniversary. Join in the celebration by becoming an Estate Master. Enjoy benefits such as free site visits throughout the duration, free indenture, and free site plan. Contact us for more information. Remember, T's and C's apply. Estate Masters Limited, your most preferred estate partner.
You're the answer to my prayer. You're with me everywhere. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need tonight. Give me shelter from the rain. You breathe life in me again. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need to know tonight.
Still in the studio here. You're welcome back to Good Morning Ghana. Richard Ayangba is still with me, and also Honorable Member of Parliament, former Mohammed Abdulaziz is also still with me. I have some messages, interesting ones coming from very interesting people. I want to read this directly to Richard Ayangba. So you know Professor John Kwache of IEA, the economist.
Yes.
Okay, so he says, Annie, I want Richard to know that in economics, just as demand elicits supply, supply equally creates demand. It is called source of markets.
Yes. There's a supply side to economic management.
Okay.
What do you do with that, which is what you're saying, is to drive industry. Okay, you grow industry, you give incentive to people in the private sector, and then they expand capacity. Okay?
So that's possible.
Wait. Yeah. So is he? No. I want to respond to his question.
I just read the message.
But it was a direct question.
Okay.
But the point
is okay. Mark from USA says that looks like NPP since December 7 have studied the 24-hour economy policy of the 24 of the NEC and understands it very well.
Very well.
Before 7 December, all NPP members seem not to understand the 24-hour economy. Opposition really makes you learn. Kudos to Ghanaians. Mark from USA sent that in. Alhaji from Pig Farm says that, Annie, in my humble opinion, the petition to remove Madam Jean Mensa, okay, I haven't really touched on that.
We'll come to that.
But let me just go on to other messages for now. Annie, I'm Eben from Kwabenya. Instead of Richard thinking of how to restore the party to gain favor again in the eyes of the electorate, he is rather going overboard. Whether he likes it or yes, 24-hour economy will kickstart. The Egyptian of the NPP that destroyed the Ghana's economy shall not be seen no more, you say. Charlie, good morning, Annie. Please tell Richard that we'll use the 24-hour program to investigate him with regards to electoral fraud.
24-hour investigation.
He will know that 24-hour economies will work. Carlos from Odododio send that in. Annie, Richard is free to say anything because Ami Jenfi is not around. But why didn't Richard tell Ghanaians not to listen to the 24-hour economy or 24-hour economy? Oh, I missed Sami Jenfi today of all days. Alhaji Haruna. Annie, Ghanaians will. So he says that this is Mansa Musa from UK. Annie. Please tell Richard Ayangba that we can see through his cynicism of trying of trying to goad the new NDC administration to act in haste, like it happened to them with the implementation of free SHS policy, one village, one dam, etc. Tell him it's too early to write off proposed policy of programs. So there is demand because we are importing everything. Thanks and good morning to you, Mansa Musa. This morning
it's a good friend. Annie, you know, you say I can focus. It's so bad. Now so bad. But what I want to make, see,
there have been some new appointments that I've just shared with you.
So, see that, the point I am making.
Some staffers at the office of the vice president that I've shared with you.
Okay. The point I am making.
So I'm sure.
No, let me just summarize. So the point I am making is to just edge them on to do what the magic they want to do. No, I'm not edging them on. Because you see, I'm not being pessimistic. I'm being real. And see that the message that came in about the supply side economies. That's what we have been doing all along. Okay. The one district, one factory is a supply side.
Because of time.
Yes. So the point is that I wish them well. But the 24-hour economy, they should ease up on it because they will work themselves into a trap.
Okay. Aziz.
Richard, I can see you are so much fixated on Sami Gyamfi and how you wish.
No, I'm not.
He was either here or in mainstream
politics.
So you can answer the questions.
Such as minister or deputy minister. But the gentleman is still serving the government of President Mahama and the state at PMMC.
I'm saying he will not be here. He will not be here.
Look, I'm sure at the appropriate time he will still engage you.
You never know.
He's your counterpart from the NPP, so you have your.
No, I wish him well, but I wanted him to be here so we can continue the conversation. This time, him in government and me in opposition, so we can answer some of the questions.
What you don't understand about where he is. Just the Minister for
Finance.
I don't
need to know where he is.
I'm just telling you the importance of what he's going to do. The being of our economy, the major issue has to do with the currency.
That's not my concern
at
all.
But
my concern is that
your concern is
Sami
not about our country or the state.
He's the one who gives press conference and say MPP government is nepotistic, right? MPP sloganeering, right? MPP this, MPP that. And so we want to see is 24-hour a slogan. The appointment we are saying is it nepotistic?
I was quite when you were speaking.
I just wanted to put what you sent me across. So that's the communication, the presidency communication from the vice president.
Yes.
So Alex Egbefia is going for chief of staff for the vice president. Mrs. Alberta Graham is going for head of administration. Professor Theresa Enin is going for presidential staffer and special aide to the vice president. Miss Daniela Mavis Matthias is going for secretary to the president. And then we also have Dr. Samuel Lufuswampofo is going for policy advisor on political issues. So Professor Sharif Mahmoud Khalid is going for advisor on economic. I think I agree with that. That's fantastic. Congratulations to him. Dr. Hamza Zakaria, policy advisor economic, and also Miss Mansa Amwa Ewa is a policy advisor on finance. Dr. Marianne Rahinatu Idrisu is going for policy advisor, social sector, and also Mamiama Pratt, press secretary. Congratulations to my sister.
Yes, congratulations
to
all
the. That's Uncle is talking.
All the appointees
at the office of the vice president.
We wish them all the best. So you see, it appears that you still don't understand the 24-hour economy.
I don't need to understand. I want to see the result. Don't teach me 24-hour economy. I want the result. How are you going to deliver it? No, I want to help him. Tell me the result. I don't want to understand.
I'll say when
I'm helping you.
Go ahead.
Please.
Go ahead.
I want the result.
I need some 5 minutes to ask Richard a question before we go.
I don't want to interject when you begin to speak.
So, go ahead.
No, if you have to.
So you see, you didn't understand the 24-hour.
I don't need to understand. I'm saying,
my brother, I'm not asking you a question. In the run-up to the elections, you claim you didn't understand.
No,
and the Ghanaian people rejected you because you didn't
Campaign
understand.
Is over. Tell us the result,
and you didn't subscribe to the 24-hour economy. This is one of the policies that got President Mahama and the NDC elected.
No problem.
And one of the policies that got you defeated.
We want the result. How are you going to deliver it?
With numbers that we have never seen since the creation of Ghana and
How are you going to deliver it?
Oh, my brother, would you
cut to the chase?
Please. I don't like this. To be honest with you, I don't like this.
He's beating about the bush.
I don't like this, Richard.
I want the delivery.
No,
okay, you go ahead.
Thank you.
Do your preamble.
Okay, Aziz, go ahead.
I can do worse to you.
It's okay.
But I want us to be gentlemen.
Just take it easy, my brother. Just take it easy.
And so you see, why when we are now looking for our economy, and your own flag bearer, who was the sitting vice president, who who said he had a mind of possibilities and developed the slogan, "It is possible," somewhere in Tamale, stated clearly that 24-hour is not possible. Few days after that, that same person mounted another platform and says the 24-hour economy is already existing, and gave examples of how people were pounding and selling fufu at midnight around Circle. So even your own flag bearer, the man who got defeated, had a very warped understanding of the 24-hour economy. So I'm not surprised that you don't understand. Your own flag bearer, he was inconsistent on that matter. It's not possible. It is already existing. Your minister in the Upper East region said the 24-hour economy was a bad proposal because that would not allow men to have time. Oh, please. Your own regional minister, full regional minister, said the 24-hour economy that President Mahama was proposing was bad because that was not going to allow men to have time with their wives at night. And so you guys have given varied and many reasons why you don't subscribe to 24-hour economy. Thankfully, the unemployed youth in this country do appreciate it. They do understand it, and they have welcomed it. That you must begin to appreciate. Now let's assume that you truly don't understand the 24-hour economy. You see, you get it very wrong. Very, very wrong. When you say that every company, every institution, go and read the NDC manifesto.
No, I've
Listen to all
I've sent the 24-hour economy Q&A to both of you. You have to take your time and go.
I've gone through this document. I'm just saying that. This whole
So where Richard gets it wrong is when he talks about every company, every institution, and asking questions about demand. You see, when you talk about, we have never on any platform says that every institution or every government institution would come onto the 24-hour economy. It's as simple as this, that state institutions that have high demand and that is capable of working 24-hour economy, the government is going to roll them on automatically.
So give an example.
I'll give you a very good example. Today, when you apply for a passport, and it will take you 6 months minimum to even get an appointment to go for your biometrics. What is wrong if you bring the passport office on board so that even at 9 p.m., 10 p.m., I can drive to the passport office to go and do my biometrics and take my passport? Why can't I have my passport within a week or a month after applying? Why should I be given 6 good months just to go for my bio to be taken?
Of an institution that has been digitalized.
ECG. Yes, you may claim they work 24 hours, but it is a skeletal work that they do because sometimes, look, at a dental, you have problems in the night, and you call their line, no one responds. Put them on full-scale 24-hour economy. Let them come and resolve your problems for you, even when you have problem at midnight. Are you okay? Mm-hmm. I do appreciate that. By nature of some services, there are some skeletal services that they render, like hospitals. Doctors will run 24-hour economy, but not as busy and active as they do during the day. Do you get it? Some of them don't do at all. A very good example is DVLA. Those institutions that are state institutions that can run on 24-hour economy with a high demand, government will be more than willing to bring them on board as early as possible. But the main thrust, the core of the 24-hour economy, we believe that the largest employer, the largest potential for employment in this country is the private sector. So what government wants to do is to provide incentives, create the framework that would make the private sector to respond. When they do around 24-hour economy, what it means is that more and more people would be employed. So that young graduate who finished school some 5-6 years ago under your regime and has no job even up to date would appreciate it because that would throw out jobs for the unemployed. Okay. What are some of the incentives that we've talked about? Why, Annie? In the last 8th Parliament, the government of Nana Akufo-Addo was pushing through, even in their last days, a tax waiver for companies belonging to their cronies to the tune of $500 million. We pushed them and they bought it to about $350 million. We said no, just don't give tax waivers to your cronies for them to go and import building materials to build hotels. What we are saying is that we would provide tax breaks for companies that would subscribe to the 24-hour economy so that they can be able to plow back some of their revenue and their income. We are saying that we'll provide them with low electricity tariffs. And that's where the time of use metering system will come in place. We have talked about giving them credit facilities at low interest rates. And when all this is done, the impact will be that cost of production would go down. When cost of production goes down, automatically prices of goods and services would go down. Companies would expand and they would employ more. That is all it is about the 24-hour economy. We will not do a $350 million US tax waiver for crony companies. We do appreciate that when you provide all these incentives, this framework, they will need some security. Government says that we will collaborate with private security companies to provide 24-hour economy. We have also anticipated that we will recruit about 25,000 more people into the Ghana Police Service just to help provide the 24-hour economy.
Okay.
You see, you raised the question about demand. Where is the demand? Are you aware that we spend billions of Ghana cedis importing tomatoes, rice, and other basic food items?
No problem.
What is the problem? So when we want to look at the demand that we say we would estimate, one of the core functions or areas that the 24-hour economy would deal with would be import substitution. That's why we are emphasizing more on agri. And that's why this time round, we just don't have the Ministry of Trade and Industry. We also have agribusiness. Through the Farmer Service Center, we expect to boost production within the agri sector and then the entire chain value where we are talking about agro-processing and stuff like that. And so we are also looking at import substitution. Why? If you spend millions of dollars importing rice, every ton of rice that we import in Ghana, we are providing jobs to people in other jurisdictions. Is that what you want us to continue to do?
This morning, before I got onto the show, I spoke with the Federation of Association of Ghanaian Exporters.
Yes.
And they are so, I think, specifically into fruits growing.
Yeah.
And they are looking at how they can take advantage of the international market because they can grow fruits and 70% of what they have grown and harvested get rotten on the farms.
Exactly.
70%.
And so, Annie, apart from import substitution,
so
what we have just talked about is also about export-driven economy. Mm-hmm. You see, we keep on complaining about the dollar and the cedi. Mm-hmm. If we don't drive our exports, right, we will continue to be where we are today. Okay. So when you talk about what is the demand? The demand comes in three stages. Okay. You can stimulate local demand. You can do import substitution so that you can be able to have your foreign currency reserved in this country. That would anchor your local currency. We are also looking at export-driven agro-business sector.
Right.
But see,
just give me some.
Okay.
Okay, land.
So, TUC, he doesn't understand. When President Mahama announced this policy, TUC, Federation of Labour, NUCS, GUTA, they all commended President Mahama and lauded that policy. It is only Richard and his likes who don't believe in it, who don't understand it, who don't subscribe to it. Okay. And I don't blame you. You don't go through what the Ghanaian unemployed goes through. You don't go through that.
What makes you think that?
No, you don't go through that. And so when you don't understand the 24-hour economy, where we are talking about one job, 3 shifts, and 3 people, I do appreciate it. Perhaps you came in a very luxurious car with your glasses. So you may not understand what the ordinary Ghanaian is going through.
In your party shirt, Jagaiji said I should tell you that he's also working his own. Repping mine, MPP, US.
Positive.
So
the elephant is alive.
If you
the elephant is not dead.
No, the elephant is alive.
Okay.
And so if you want to give us some opposition, do that responsibly, do that with facts.
Okay.
But from where you are coming from, I don't see you.
Yes, Kojo Chubako says that for the first time in many years, I'm seeing steam coming out of the forehead of Richard again. Oh no, Richard has broken a gasket again. Richard, I thought that disturbing syndrome was a thing of the past. I never knew Richard was so fluent in Chi. Hey, he is. Must be Randy's departure. And a word of opposition. Okay, so
Richard, when you have labor unions, civil society organizations, academia, understanding and applauding the 24-hour economy. You in the MPP, led by Dr. Mahmoud Abaumia, never understood it prior to the election. You understand it after the election.
So,
our major concern.
So good morning, Annie. What kind of demand is Richard making for the implementation of the NDC proposed 24-hour economy? How on earth is he expecting a president who is still in the process of setting up his government to start implementing such a program? They should give us a break. Sam Kelly from East Legon says that.
Who said that?
Sam Kelly, East Legon.
Sam Kelly must be NDC. But the point I want to make is, Adi.
He must be NDC. He must be NDC. Yes. Is that what you said?
Hold on.
Because what he said.
But what he said makes sense, doesn't it?
You are also saying so because we are NPP.
It's excuses.
You are saying so because we are NPP.
Just hold on. What I'm trying to say is that right now, it is not for you to convince me whether I understand or I don't understand.
No, I don't need to convince a person like you.
Is that
I don't need to convince a person like you. How do you wake up a man who is pretending to be sleeping?
Now I'm wide awake. The point I'm saying is that, hold on. What I'm saying is that
you are pretending to be sleeping.
Relax.
How can I wake you up?
Look, 4 years, you have plenty of time to talk. I hope that you and I come
We are not here to
I'll give you my
President
time.
Mahama is here to work and not to talk.
I want results is what I'm asking.
President Mahama is here to work and not to talk.
Hold on.
So most of us are still pessimistic about the prospects of 24-hour economy policy. I still maintain it was just one of the political gimmicks which was sold to the electorate for votes.
For those.
Well, if really there is anything the government intends doing, time will surely tell.
Absolutely. Okay, so Annie, can I speak or your
time?
Okay, hold on.
Those of you are still sending me.
When we started the program, I was very happy with him because you know what he said?
He
said they wish President Mahama and then
because
the success of the government will be
absolutely
for all of us.
Yes.
Then just in a minute after that,
you are
putting the 24-hour economy. It's not possible. You don't believe in it. Come on.
Hold on. Come on. Where has my brother been all throughout this election? I've been talking about 24 hours. Maybe you were under some rock. But the point is that I gave a full press conference about 24-hour economy.
And the Ghanaians rejected that.
No, hold on. It's not about rejection.
So why should we be repeating it?
Jesus Christ.
You guys never listen. Miracles, your spokesperson for Baumia campaign, said you guys lost because we're not listening. And still you are not listening. What's your problem?
You need
and you want to demobilize and get power.
Hold on. You need
Miracle said you guys were not listening. And still you are not listening.
What has that got to do with your delivery? Is what I'm asking. I'm asking a deliverable question. What are you going to do to bring alive?
Did you expect me to carry 24-hour economy into this room? Is that what you expected?
Is it
No. The man is still forming the government. The government is about 2 weeks old now.
Me, where I'm sitting
we are putting in place.
I am speaking for Ghanaians who voted and made a decision that they want.
You are the spokesperson. You are the spokesperson.
I want to ask
that's my
spokesperson for the MPP.
I'm assuming that you are the type of driver when you sit behind the steering. The moment if you are driving a manual, the moment you move, you put it. You don't go to first. You don't go to second.
You go straight to fifth gear.
Straight 4. You start. That's what you do.
But if someone tells you that in 14 days he wants all his appointees.
Cabinet.
Hold on.
No, not all his appointees. Cabinet.
Hold on.
You want to quote the man, quote him right.
Take your time. I'm saying that somebody who gives you that indication, okay, that he wants his ministers be appointed in 14 days. What impression does that give you? That he wants 4 years to compose a government, right? That he wants to move at a certain speed. We want him to move at that speed. They told us Ghana was in dire straits. They want to fix it. We want them to fix it. Our job, hold on, Syria, I'm not sure where you have been. I haven't seen you all through the campaign.
Has he done that or not?
I haven't seen you all through the campaign. You just showed up.
Richard, you haven't seen who?
All through the campaign in this studio. Were you in this studio?
Oh, so this was our campaign platform. If this still was a campaign platform for the MPP, it was never the campaign platform for the NDC.
Hold on now.
Get it right.
Don't rush. That's why when I came, hold on.
I don't
That's
know.
why when I came, I said that I am sad. I am sad.
Long before you, if you don't know.
Okay.
Perhaps
this is
I
not
don't
a
know
job.
what you were doing in the Volta region.
It's not a
I've
job.
been doing this work.
The man is emotional.
I'm not emotional. Trust me.
What I was saying was that throughout the campaign, I've been in this studio, right? And Sami will sit across from me, and I haven't seen him. So the things I'm talking about, he's not abreast to the context that I'm speaking about.
So Sami
must I speak to your mind?
That is why I'm saying
Must
that.
I speak to your mind?
I am sad that he's at.
Why are you sad?
PMMC. Hold on.
Why are you sad? Why are you sad?
Because I was supposed to be sitting there, so I can ask him.
Is this the last time you'll be here?
Okay.
Is this the last time you'll be here? Is this the last time you'll be here?
Why are you boycotting platforms?
Let me finish.
My time is up.
Oh, why?
The time is up. It's 10.
Okay. So the issues I want to talk about, 24-hour economy, they should decelerate on that. LGBTQ,
we will not.
No problem. Fine, you can do what you want.
But
I'm saying that we want to resolve the numbers. Fine.
Accelerate on 24-hour economy.
You allow him.
You can't behave like you people.
Oh my God.
And
the rubber meets the road.
He's advising us
to
de-accelerate on 24-hour economy. He's asking us to betray the Ghanaian people.
That
will not do.
One day.
When you betrayed them, they rejected you.
No problem. Look, it's okay. I'm not saying betray Ghanaians.
That's what you're saying.
But I'm saying that
we should de-accelerate on 24-hour economy. We are going to accelerate more.
LGBTQ.
We are going to deliver. You see?
Okay.
Someone
you see where it's going to.
You said they should
accelerate
the policy.
Now 24-hour economy, we are running away.
Listen, I'm saying that they should de-accelerate on it.
Economy.
In their campaign, okay, in their manifesto, they said what? Their fiscal policy will be anchored on the 24-hour economy.
Yes,
and I'm just telling you that they should begin to decelerate on that.
And I say
because the magnitude they have played this thing up to. Okay, we know the expectation of the Guardian. I know that they cannot achieve what they are saying they are going to achieve. The principal question.
It is possible.
The principal
question.
It is possible. Oh, no, I'm talking about you guys.
It's not possible.
You guys, you have a history. I'm talking about
history of performance.
History of non-performance.
History of performance.
You see, the whole question is about the economy. And when I say how are you going to drive demand, how are you going to put the pieces together, okay, so that demand will come? No problem. I'm not asking things for you to answer.
Import substitution and driving exports.
Okay. So right now,
the answer is import substitution and driving exports.
LGBTQ is
come back to 24-hour economy. Nobody has tabled LGBT for discussion. Come back to 24-hour economy.
Okay, we have to go.
Come back to 24-hour economy.
Which platform?
You ask your question, you are going to talk about LGBT.
Media Journal. You released a statement.
Yeah, we have a statement out yesterday. I won't say more about that, but we are a party that believes in the right of the media to exist and to do their work. But we, in believe that the media must be fair. They must be about the public agenda, not against the public agenda. And what we see is a Media General, by assessing their work and by experiencing their work, as we have interacted with them over the period, we see that their pursuit is somewhat against the public agenda, and that is the reason why. And we have had interactions with them. We have had interactions with them severally.
You don't dictate their editorial
to the extent we've got people to meet with a top dog at the agency.
No.
I have been in meetings with the general manager, with the program staff, with the hosts themselves.
They should stand firm.
We outline our concerns to them, and those concerns were ignored. Those concerns were concerns that we feel that any balanced media should be able to take on board.
Annie.
If you know that there are media houses in this country. For example, Oman FM, for example.
Peace FM, Mutumi Radio, Mutumi TV.
XYZ, for example, Power FM, for example. These are news media that have taken a political position. So you don't go to those platforms expecting a certain professional journalism.
Peace FM.
But at their setup, they are branded and are positioned as a professional media house, but their conduct and output is biased and it's political, decidedly political. And we think that everything
is not here to speak for themselves.
Yes. Everything I said is in the letter.
You cannot dictate their editorial policy. You cannot impose yourself on any media house. You can't do that as a party.
We haven't done that.
They decide to do their paneling. In fact, they will never call the parties to bring their reps. The very things that you did that got you this unprecedented defeat is what you are repeating. Prior to the elections, how many times did you boycott that same platform? And you went back. They should stand their ground. You go back. You go back. You go back to Media General. You go back. I tell you.
Okay, so today we're expecting the vetting activity to continue. Dr. Omane Boamah with others will take their turn. So the vetting activity will commence. Dr. Kofi Omane Boamah, Minister Designate for Defense. It will be followed by Emmanuel Kojo-Jekum, MP, who is also nominated for Minister of State in charge of special initiatives. And also at 1 p.m. we'll see J. Kenneth Gilbert, who is Minister Designate for Works and Housing and Water Resources. Linda Obiniwa Akwele Oklu, Greater Accra, right? And she's also going for vetting activities later this afternoon. And Metro TV will be there to give you the coverage, and you follow through how the vetting activities will follow. Please make sure that you listen in and see if later you can ask these ministers the promises they make on these vetting activities. Gentlemen, my time is up.
Yes. I want to wish Dr. Randy a very successful stay at Skoko Board.
Yes.
Good number of people who I appreciate who have been appointed from Eduji, Tamaklo, Samiji MV. There's a lot more that I'm expecting that should come into play because of what work they have done. But all the ministers, my own MP, Ablajifa Gomashi, I wish her well. I wish the young man going to foreign ministry. Foreign Affairs, yes, what is called Sami Ablakwa. I wish him well. Of course, Abuja and all the Eduji, I said Petroleum Authority. I think I wish them well. I wish every one of them success because again, I believe in what I said, and just that he doesn't understand my positioning of the conversation.
So that they can implement the 24 hours.
That they can be successful. So that all of us will be successful. But as far as I am concerned, what will make them successful is our prayers. But in terms of their execution, I hope I have a lot of difficulty in terms of how they're going to manage the economy and realize that is the reason. Hold on, that is the reason why the New Patriotic Party will be the option for Ghanaians. Very soon, you will realize just how scammed we have been in this 2024 election. Because the NDC, everything they said.
All your friends on these platforms are gone. On this platform, they are gone.
Why?
I'm the only one left.
He's not ready for new friends.
Well, no, you'll be here. But you see, the point is that Annie is the standing relic of this Good Morning Ghana show. After Dr. Randy Abbey, you are the next thing we know.
BTA. Yes.
Why? Adi, are you going to give him time? Are you going to give him time?
Was Richard around?
Yes, he was around. Yes, he was
BTA
around.
knows this, remember?
He was around.
So Adi, I wish you well. It's my hope that you will grow this brand and be present and carry on the legacy of Dr. Randy Abbey. You know how I feel about this program. And so, but with you in the saddle, I know that Good Morning Ghana would grow.
Ignite Media, like you are doing to Media General. Don't intimidate them. Don't impose your policies on them.
You are taking on a lot of jobs today, and you are now advocates for media.
Happy 50th birthday to Mrs. Agnes Jan Ejay. Mrs. Agnes Jan Ejay, also for Mami at Spring House Chapel International. Welcome to the 5th floor. God is on your side. This is coming from Natlai here at Ignite Media to you, Mrs. Agnes Jan Ejay, also for Mami at Spring House Chapel International. Happy 50th birthday. Richard, thank you. Honorable Aziz as well. Thank you so much for making time with us. I'll see you again, God willing.
He's gone yet. Derek Ajay. Is a strong young man. I think
Derek Ajay has been appointed.
Really?
Yes.
Then I haven't heard.
He has.
I haven't heard.
I've forgotten where.
Well, congratulations to him in advance because it's one person.
I think we'll find out.
Yeah, and a few other people. Mustafa Gbande is a solid guy. Yeah, those are people I think that would make a difference, especially Eric J. I think that is a solid guy.
When your enemy
no.
to show you the
oh no. I'm talking about.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Everyone, you remember this face, right? My name is Nanaya Tanwa Boache, a familiar face on Entertainment Review. On ER Extra, I'm bringing you the unexpected, the extra, and the undercurrents behind the entertainment news. You can call it a weekly recap